What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C, and in this particular video, y'all will be recapping, reviewing Black Ink Crew with season 3. What is this, episode 13, 14? I'll put that down. Thank you for my subscriber last week that gave me information about we're still in season 3. It's past midnight, and I am just going to get this out the way since I already got Love and Hip Hop in Atlanta Part 2 up last night. Damn near talked about the whole damn, about almost 40 damn minutes of damn near. But anyways, y'all, shout out to my YouTube family. You know, come on, YouTube fam, don't forget to subscribe, like, share this video, y'all. Did y'all see the preview? They actually are going to make a Black Ink Chicago. What am I saying? Like, I can't say Chicago. What is it, like October 26th? So I definitely will be watching that. Try to review that show as well. I mean, they didn't really show, like, you know, like the scenes, but you know, kind of like, you know, the beautiful kind of movie type of trailer type of thing. But I'm like, oh, they getting into the spinoff. Looks a little awesome. So, you know how I am. I got a couple tats, just 6. But anyway, yeah. But so there's a few things I want to talk about. If y'all new to my video, y'all know for a fact that by the way, I know most people don't like watch the Black Ink reviews. I mean, it's like I said, I always will try to review because it's the first show that I start reviewing, and I didn't know I almost been a YouTuber for 2 years, because it's already September the 1st, so I gotta look at the date. What's the 18th? I think that's horrible. I need to check up on my anniversary. But yeah, y'all, it's almost been 2 years, y'all. Dang. But anyways, also Squeaky Jones, I think it's 2 years for her too, my YouTube cousin. But I know this is awkward, but I don't want to forget also that I found out recently, again, just this past weekend, that Truth Seeker 5000, also known as Donna, keep her in your prayers, because she's been in and out of the hospital a couple times. She's going in pain. I think they say she might have a ulcer, you know. She first, I guess, was in the hospital like a day or two, and then now they're back at the hospital. So please keep in your prayers. I just didn't want to not put that in a video, maybe put a separate video. But yeah, that's, you know, keep positivity, and also, like I said, keep James Caldwell in your prayers. You know, Native be good. Just keep, just keep a positive mind frame. Just keep them in your prayers. I know not everybody believes in God or leading power of prayer, but I mean, it's everybody's choice. And I know this is just random, but I didn't want to forget, because I just seen another video of Dawn today, and it kind of was almost, you know, made me cry, and now that's just too much. But I really want to get into, by the way, this video, if y'all don't know, I usually custom majority of my videos. But let's get into it. I'm usually with the characters, not the scenery. Now, we're going to get into Puma first. Puma meets up with Sassy at Harlem Shake restaurant. They're talking, and you know how Sassy's basically saying, like, you know, hasn't told, I guess, like, Puma, I guess they don't know, like, she's still cool with also, you know, Black Ink Crew, but you know, she's been still cool, but not trying to be there for Puma, and Puma, you know, knows that that's, you know, his friend of all. She still, I guess, has his back, and he's like, you know, trying to get the rest of his problems, blah, blah, blah. I talked a little bit about it. I kind of don't remember the combo. And later on, we see kind of like the last scene where Puma's talking to Med. And Med is his mentor slash business partner from week 124. Besides, wasn't he, like, basically his boss and his business partner? Is that correct? But anyways, Med basically has a conversation with him. And to a point, this all started over what, you know, of his wife sitting there over exaggerating and putting some shit in the air that didn't mean to be in the damn air. Let's be real. Even Med pointed it out, because Med's like, because of this personal beef have with C's, whoever is the goddamn immature, y'all both some damn immature ass kids and shit like that need to be motherfucking timeout. Y'all still had the nerves, or you know, had nerves where you because this beef, people are thinking I'm tied with this shit, which means, in other words, that's kind of like saying maybe because of this personal beef, you messing with business. And when you messing with business, you messing what's in my wallet. And my wallet's empty, that means my pocket's empty, which means I'm pissed the fuck off. Okay? And that reputation, I don't know how many business that I forgot that Med owns or whatever, or is a part of partnerships. But here's Puma. Puma's not looking in the way of seeing Med as like understanding. Puma's trying to seem for, and he's still trying to justify that he was in the right. He was protecting his family for what he did. And now, even though Dirty Duchess, sorry, I had to call it back there, and sees that was no right that Duchess was jumped. Okay, I'm sorry, it was not right. It was not right. They were trying to jump both Seas and Duchess. Then you got Puma coming by. It was like, what the hell is this coming from? It was two of them. Did they have a crew with them? I didn't think so. Okay, based on what I seen from the tape. Okay, but getting back into it now. He's explained to him, like, justifying, like, okay, that beef has nothing to do with anything, blah, blah, blah. But, man, you have to understand that I'm just talking from what, paraphrasing what Puma's saying, that he was helping his family. Now, here's the problem with that, okay? He even, you got him, made him tell him, he did not come there. Nobody was coming to hurt your wife, because he was trying to justify, like, no, they were coming for my family, they were coming for white. Man was like, ain't nobody come for your wife. I guess he felt like saying, I watched the first goddamn season and shit. Like, what is you talking about? Or whatever he was talking about, last season, what, part 1 of last season or whatever. But he's like this, like, what is you talking about? And, Puma still, even the confessionals by this time, because, Med is getting a point like nobody's doing that. Whatever it is, inspecting, if you feel some type of way, because Puma, boys starting getting a lot of Med is trying to say, y'all ain't disrespecting me enough. So you need to stop doing that shit. He didn't say all that, but he like this. You know what? We might as well kind of, I guess, I don't know if he's like firing him or ending the partnership they have at 124. Puma feels like basically he's a backstabber. He's been a snake. He is, just pull King Cobra, whatever the fuck he thinks of Med or whatever now. But he basically like this. You know what? He's a snake, whatever. But Bed's trying to often like this. If he can come up with the money 124 and pay me, he can have all employees who's left or whatever and go from there. If not, bye-bye, whatever. So, Puma's at the end. He was on the phone with Kwani. Interesting out of all people. Well, I mean, his wife, so you would call. But he said he would call it back and there's a lot on his plate. Now, you could feel sorry for Puma, but Puma still, he just wants to, like, leave and just go somewhere and erase himself from memory. And it's kind of like he really does need to sit under there and do some self-reflection and understand what the, like, bro, you're not putting you're not accepting some of why this shit had went down. He refused to accept. He still is in his head, is thinking like he did the right thing. And it's like, no, bro. And he's still paying, excuse me, he's still paying for the same fuckery that went down at Fashion Night to this day because of the actions. You see what I'm saying? And it's just a domino effect. Not in a good way. So we'll see when we go from there. What Puma gonna do? Like I said, like, bro, you kind of, it starts sometimes you gotta look in the mirror and stare and really look in the mirror in the reflection and see what sometimes it's you. Okay. So anyways, y'all, going to the next scene. It really wasn't too much old shit. Kind of was there. He was just, silly, whatever. But it was a scene where I want to talk about this Donna bullshit. And then we get the Sky and Teddy stuff. Because that's really what's the main highlights. Now, Donna got this new boyfriend named Maxwell. And they moved in already. Some dude that she met through the shop. And she's all happy. But she even asked him, how you feel comfortable with me working with old shit? I guess, him being there. And he's like, as long as y'all keep professional stuff like that, blah, blah. She lets it be known. She already got his name tattooed. She's in love. He feels like she got her back. Well, we seen how that goes just that quickly because people were talking in his ear. But I'm about to get into that. She still should have been the one who told. I mean, it just wasn't necessary how it went down. Now, we see early episodes, Cease was saying, like, Donna's basically, did this big back tattoo and she's unlicensed, but he didn't really bring in conversations, like basically saying like she's not doing what she's supposed to be doing. And Donna's way is like, okay, you're not hearing me out. I should be doing your emails. I shouldn't be retweeting information. I shouldn't be making no Instagram videos. I shouldn't be doing all this. I shouldn't be posting on your blog and everything. And then he's like doing clients. And he's just like this as a part of your job. But I thought she was, honestly, besides getting tattoos, I'm not a tattoo artist, nothing like that. Never worked in tattoo shop, nothing like that. But she's an apprentice. So if he's supposed to teach her the tattoo game, whatever, we found later on she'd been there like 8 months, and it's kind of like, she hasn't really learned anything, and this is why that tattoo, unfortunately, that we see on Tyler's back is there because of that mess. Okay, so but he said he was given another chance. They kind of personal. We already know, like Caesar has. He even, like I said, I always remember during the first episode, he kind of, I'm surprised don't have asshole on t-shirts and stuff, but he said, I'm an asshole. And he wants to make sure y'all know he's an asshole. And now he asshole, I guess, got some money. Even though I don't understand why the last flight bill wasn't paid that soon. Okay, but that could be different, okay? But even Duchess was talking shit and like how he not paying this and this, got all these shoes, the sneakerhead collection of shit shoes, okay? But, so anyways, y'all, we go to another scene where we see later on Donna's up there trying to trace these flowers. And the way Ceaser's talking like she draw all these flowers, and she said she's doing so exact. She's ready to like start learning how to tattoo. You know, she even moved out from Ohio to here, purposely work at Black Ink. You know, to basically learn. She feels like it's been the best in terms of like being tattoo, black tattoo artist. And so she basically want to learn. And he like, telling her way like she need to do these flowers and she needs to observe and watch nature is the best way to learn to observe and do some tracing. But the way, how C's kind of says like, okay, you better do this, blah, blah. And Donna feel irritated like, man, you ain't gotta, whatever about this tracing thing, something like that, whatever. And it just seemed like out of nowhere, just that quickly, she was just irritated about how the way, Cease was talking to her about how to do this tracing, even though, like I said, if she's an apprentice as under a tattoo artist, she's supposed to be learning how to tattoo and probably information he should have gave her, but it just seemed like C said his own stuff, he don't be having time to do stuff. So I'm surprised, why would he take apprentice if you don't have time to actually teach them as an understudy to learn how to be a tattoo artist? Because she even says like she got to the point like, I'll be here 7 days a week, 11 trying to help y'all do all this other stuff, whatever, blah blah. And then he basically like this. And C's got comfortable with just calling her a bitch, bitch. And you're like, you ain't got to call me that when she's walking out, bitch. And even when she was wrong calling Max, and he's like, raise your hand, whenever I guess all the other people start coming in, whatever. Raise your hand who got a job, except this bum bitch. And C's just like, because he was walking towards the back. And I think by that time, old shit must have came out, his room, whatever, but he's stationed, whatever. And he just calling her more bitch. Bitch and bitch, more bitch, whatever. And it was like uncalled for. And this is why like, this makes me very hard to like, I mean, it doesn't matter, but I'm just saying, it's just like, what the fuck? Why was this necessary? It was just like, he felt a little too comfortable calling her bitch, you know what I'm saying? And she calls, and like I said, he calling her bum bitch or whatever. And then here Duchess come out, and she's calling Maxwell because she knows him. And I'm thinking, maybe she's trying to be the peacemaker, but I should have known that the minute her ass sat there and called him and basically was saying, well, if she did something to be called a bitch, she must have been a bitch. And I'm thinking, now, Duchess, if we called you a bitch, dirty Duchess, a bitch, I mean, maybe she might take it as like a thing as calling like a bad bitch. But if it was C, not to say even had to be, say if it was C's or some other dude that sat there and be like, you raggedy ass bitch, would you feel even appropriate somebody calling you bitch and they kind of say it with just touch of just saying like they are stabbing you through your fucking, do their damn words and shit? Would you feel comfortable? No, you would not. So for her to be kind of like saying it, just being comfortable just because it's like, oh, somebody disrespected C's or whatever, but I don't know. It's just like she didn't know what was going on. And the way this shit could have been said, sometimes you looking out for the homeless, but I just feel like this wasn't the right time to bring because it had nothing to do with the conversation because she was not there. But she brings up making it seem like Donna started this bullshit with C. C's would not have called her out of her name. Nobody, because Maxwell's like somebody's picking on a girl, which technically, yeah. And she basically on the basis said like Donna smashed what Tad had one up on to get one mushroom so he can pass the board to get past Luigi and shit, and then sat there and went and had him one up and bragged about it. Then she fucked those shit. But I think he knew about the old shit situation, I think. And he getting mad, whatever. So they got a speakerphone. Donna came back in trying to apologize. And she's like, why is everybody turning me so then, because Duchess all of a sudden started calling her a bitch, whatever, too. And that's when, let him know, like, you come down here, it's going to be a problem. But y'all way of dealing with was making a situation that didn't need to be turned worse. Like I said, hoes need love too, I guess. But at the same time, in this situation, even though despite that I was kind of about her fucking role, shit, even though, you know, he was engaged with somebody else and blah, blah, blah. It was kind of still like that was uncalled for her to put her business like that out there, which had nothing to, you know, do with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't even feel like getting into it because that'd be another fucking 25 minutes, I think, in this video. But, you know, then C's gonna come about telling him about that stuff. So by the time Donna come in, he's like, I be buying this bitch clothes, buying this bitch. Now he started calling her a bitch. This bitch, this bitch. It became that he was like, you know, so we don't know if she's even with Maxwell, and if she gotta get a fucking cover up, Maxwell, what his name is, and get a cover up of that tattoo, whatever, because now they basically like unnecessary fuck with her, because, you know, C's, by the time she apologized, she was like, you know, you just leave, you got 2 minutes to leave shop, show, whatever, you ain't gotta apologize now, because they did some fuck shit, okay? So I'm just like, what did I just witness, and why? And this is so fucking childish, but she was just really like messed up of them doing that. So whatever. We go, now we're going to fast forward real quick, because the only other last part we talked about is the Sky and Teddy situation. I guess Sky expected, and I did kind of have hope that they would try to work out whatever, but Sky seems to be like this. We find out later on, Sky, as long as you don't fuck her enemies, and as long as they fuck bitches together, she's okay with it. So it's kind of like an openness relationship, as long as I can participate and I like the bitch. I think maybe that's what she was going by. And, because they go on this double date thing, and it was hilarious that you got, because Sky, after the jail stuff like that, when they do like on this boat and do Statue of Liberty, she is like this, she's like, you know, enjoying freedom. Teddy go downstairs, tell C's that he smashed India, that's, I guess, that same night, whatever. And of course C's, they didn't show the scene, but later on, they go into the water park, and he gets them, and the C's said he got this school bus, because some of these kids need to go to school. I thought maybe his ass was high as fuck on some kush, and probably got inspired by the magic fucking school bus, because that's what the fuck I was thinking, the fucking theme song in the background, when I seen that goddamn bus. Maybe it was just me, but somehow the magic bus came just again, I don't know. So, anyways, I don't know who the chick that had like the lavender hair that was sitting right next to Teddy. And I didn't see nothing until later on, you know, later on in the episode. But here, you know, you got them at the park. You got to walk this thing where they spit you out, go through this long ass slide, blah, blah, blah. And later on, we got Duchess, who sits there, you know, and, again, like with her words. Now, just like she had to tell Maxwell she got a corroded pussy and shit. She had to sit there and decide to do it at the water park, but looking out supposedly for her friend or her main, but, you know, that's my bitch, that's my girl, whatever, right? She decided to tell her and shit right there about Teddy fucking with India, her darn, you know, arch enemy. And that's when, like I said, when Sky told her and shit like that, you know, we fuck bitches together and shit, right? So, but she felt some type of way. So, everybody was having a good time. Sky was having a good time. Everybody was having a good time and shit. And then, you know, you're hearing this, and you just keep, I don't know if it's the same scene that kept showing, but just Sky just wanted, if she had the power that lasers could come through her eyes and shit, like Cyclops off of X-Men, that would have been the same shit that would have happened if she could do that with Teddy, if that was humanly possible with Teddy's ass. Because, you know, she asked him, like, basically, what is going on with this? I'm hearing this that you're with India, but like I said, that's probably something like, you know, he had to run and tell Duchess, and then Duchess, of course, and like I said, we already know how they are their mouths, but he shouldn't be surprised. I don't know when he told us, was it before the incidents with the Donna thing, stuff like that, but at the same time, she took the opportunity to sit there and tell her at the time when she told, you know, even though she claimed she was looking out for a girl, but she wanted to make sure, tell her when we get back to New York. And Sky not being the person that she seen this Negro here, so she liked this when she wanted to rip apart, you know, Duchess and both C's wanted to see fucking fight and all this other stuff would ever go down, because they know they're going to Sky will rip them both spreads and they were robbing Teddy and shit. But she basically know, like, what is this going on here about you fucking India and stuff like that? And he basically like, oh, so you feel some type of way, type of thing, looking like what? What's the problem? We smashing or we together or something like that. Some come on, I know it's that she drank some of the water so it wouldn't go all the ways, and poured it on and kind of like bashed it on top and, you know, just bopped him a little bit with the water bottle. He like it crazy, and she walked away. So I don't know if she took Herber home or asked producers to take her home, because everybody got on the damn bus And he leaning just all sitting some titties with this girl with lavender hair, which I don't know who she was. Okay, but he was already sitting with her when they were on their way to the thing, I think. But he wasn't like, it made it seem like platonic, whatever. But Sky just felt some type of way, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, here I am thinking, like, Teddy is for me, have my corner, he does some disrespectful shit like that, and then just, you know, like, I'm like, she's like, whatever to him now. And that's why I feel like, in terms of like Duchess, like I said, it makes it seem like, was she saying that for the sake of a friendship, or she was saying that because, like I said, because you see how both of them were right there, like, ready for, you know, some shit to pop off type of thing. Because they both were looking like this, like National Geographic and shit. And, you know, observing, you know, whatever, the wild in their case. But I'm just like, man, if they keep it up, no, you know, some people who still like them, I mean, some people still gonna like them or whatever. But it's just, they are both very fucking messy and shit. And it's just like, man, I used to think Ceaser was cool and stuff like the chance. Like I said, I ain't too fond of but it's just like, the hell, like, really? I gotta shake my damn head. But anyway, y'all, sorry about the review. Kind of seemed like draggish or whatever. But like I said, it was uncalled for. I was starting to see what I seen the beginning of season 3. Whatever. And then I do want to put one more thing on before I go. I know Duchess was talking about how she wants to make sacrifices. You know, she felt like she made sacrifice for Cease because Jay Holiday did. It was only one tat. It was one piercing, but I don't know where they got it. Now, this guy who had a Prince Albert, different tattoos, want to get Jacob Lever. I never heard about this before until then. And basically, I guess you like getting a ladder or some, you know, some stairs up all through your dick and shit, whatever. And, you know, so I don't know what he got or not. And I didn't want to see no reaction video there because he talking about he want 4 needles. But what, barbells through your dick? Is that what the... And then there was one tattoo, Jay Holiday, and she remember going to, when she was in college, she seen the concert, and he's got a tattoo that was like a scripture and a rosary, you know, on here. And she was saying how, you know, he was asking why she's still here because she's in love, and she's in love, but she admitted she had no intentions of staying up here in New York. She just kind of just want to get money, eventually, I guess, branch on anyway. And she basically sees and feels like, this I'm saying, he obviously didn't know this too much neither. She wants to raise her kids, I guess, in North Carolina or whatever outside New York. And she feels like if she made the sacrifice stay up here, he's supposed to stay, but she sacrificed down there as far as that's how marriage works. But I'm feeling like, wait a minute, first of all, it seems like you're bringing this up only because y'all engaged, based on it, you know, what I'm seeing. And then on top of that, like, that's way different. You talking about raising y'all children down there. I don't know how many years Dutch has been down there, but I don't think it's been a whole 10 years, has it? She talking about raising kids down in another state. And, you know, that just seemed like one person thinking one way and another person thinking another way. I mean, opposites attract, but damn, it don't seem like it's a compromise. Just looking at the outside, looking in. Now, you know, Duchess and Steve do get on my fucking nerves sometimes, you know, the voice, but I'm just seeing like, what, okay, let's see how this works out. But anyway, y'all, pleasant nice, pleasant weekend. I'll definitely see y'all next video. All right, y'all take care.